Hello, everyone. My name is Juliet Ambali, and it's such a pleasure to have you here on my channel today. If you're new here, understand that this is a space where honest conversations are had on very important topics that help us develop as individuals and help us build wholesome family and, in the long run, better societies. If this is not your first time, you already know that it means the world to me that you come here time and again to watch my videos. God bless you, real good. So today I'm going to be talking about a very important topic, and I'll dare say in the year 2026, please let's ban talking stages. Can we ban talking stages already? Well, not to say that communication in itself is bad, no, far from it. But then confusion that is dressed as communication is not it at all. And I think that, I don't know, I may be mistaken, but the term talking stage to me is like a Gen Z term for an undefined relationship. That's just how I see it. If you've ever asked yourself, what are we? Um, where is this going to? Am I overthinking things or am I under asking things? Just know that this video is for you. So, yes, I know that the term talking stage is very popular. However, not to generalize and imagine that everybody knows what that term means, I'll define what a talking stage means. A talking stage is that undefined space where you talk almost every day, you share emotions, you build some form of intimacy, but then there's no direction, there's no clarity as to what that is all about. You can't even classify it as a relationship. All right. It's not a friendship. It's not courtship. There's no form of commitment to it. But then there's a lot of emotional involvement and some form of responsibility attached to this type of situation. All right. That's what the talking stage means. And so that's literally the problem. What talking stage does is that it rewards uncertainty. Here, you'd see that people get to enjoy what should ordinarily be enjoyed in a courtship or in a properly defined relationship. Emotions are attached. Your time is being taken. You begin to invest a whole lot of time to this situation. You begin to do the things that you would ordinarily do if you were in a courtship or in a defined relationship in this space. However, you people cannot state that you are even just friends, first and foremost, or that you are in an engaged relationship that is leading to marriage, or that there's something that there's a goal that people have in the long run. And so I personally think that it's an unfair situation for both parties, even though many people may not see things in this light. What happens in the long run? Does the talking get to a point where you no longer talk, or where there's some form of resentment built because you're expecting that in the process of talking the other person will just get it, that the purpose of talking is so that someday from talking you get married. Do you understand? Talking stages are not defined. It does not give any clear intent as to what that situation is, generally speaking, all about. Personally, I would say that I like what used to ordinarily obtain years prior to now, when talking stage became a thing. Before, a man clearly would know what his intents are. He already knows. Even sometimes, even people who are even deceptive have a goal. They come up front with their goal. I want you to be my girlfriend. But even at the back of their minds, they have deceptive motives. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And those who even have clear intentions, real intentions, come up front. I want to marry you. I want us to be something. I want us to be an item. I want to get engaged to you. I want us to get married. Do you understand? That's how they start off. And then in most cases, the woman may say, okay, let her take some time to think about it and whatnot and whatnot. And then in different cultures or in different religions, there are several dynamics as to how this will take place. But then there was proper structure, there was a goal, there was proper direction. And so that was what you would obtain, or that was what you used to obtain prior to now, when what we have is talking stages. So I think personally that it's unfair for you to be wasting each other's time. How many people will you eventually talk to? First of all, let's ask ourselves this question. How many people do you want to talk to? What are you talking about? Because I'm confused. I think this is something that needs to be researched upon, like proper research. what is the direction of the conversations? Do you wake up in the morning and then you just ask, okay, have you eaten today? When are you going to work? What exactly is this stage? What exactly is this stage about? And then when does one transition from that stage to being in a relationship? Who does the transitioning? How do you know that this is now the stage for you to now then transition from talking into being a relationship? It's complex, very, very complex. And so I think that it's not healthy at all. It's not healthy at all, especially because a lot of emotions are invested in this. It's very unhealthy, very, very unhealthy. And I think that proper courtships and relationships should be brought back and talking stages should be banned for these reasons. Talking stages are largely ambiguous. They involve a whole lot of emotional stress. That's how I see it. And they cause a lot of anxiety. All right. But in a proper courtship, you know why you are both there. There is an agreement from the get go, from the beginning, as to what both of you are, as to what your relationship is all about, as to the definition of your relationship. When people ask, you can say, we are courting. But when you are in a talking stage, many times nobody even knows. You're not accountable to anybody because you're just talking on and on and on and on. And there's really no direction as to where you're talking or your conversations will go to. Okay. And then how many people do you get to talk to at the same time? Do you talk to several people and then the person that it seems as though you're having better conversations with is the person you then click with? It's very complex, you see? Very, very complex. Now, your fear may be that if you make your intentions known very clearly, you may come off as being desperate. Far from it. Right? Very, very far from it. That's the proper thing to do. What are your intentions? Make it known to this person. Let this person consider it. Let this person weigh their options, whatever weighing their options means. For some people, weighing their options could be praying about it, could be informing somebody that they are accountable to about it, could be making investigations into the family of this person, and on and on and on. So there are so many things that would come to play before this person then agrees, and then both of you would begin that defined relationship. Do you understand? I personally think that if somebody doesn't know why they are talking to you, I don't think they should be talking to you at all in the first place. You people can the least that people can even do, I believe, would just form healthy friendships, but don't form friendships that you know somewhat there's some kind of emotions that are being shared that we all know is not healthy, because somehow that even though you are trying to be friends with this person, the other person is sort of getting attached to you in a way that is not healthy because they are interested in you in a way that you are not interested in them. Just form healthy friendships. And so I know that some people may be asking, how do we then go about getting into proper relationships? Especially because I speak from the angle of a Christian, or more to a Christian audience. I would say that that's another topic for another day. And so hopefully that should be the topic that will come up next week or the next time that I post. But then I want to ask you, what are your opinions about this particular topic? Do you think talking stage should be a thing? Why do you think talking stage is a thing, should be a thing? How does it play out? How does it play out that can be convincing enough so that everybody then understands, oh, okay, so this is what talking stage really is all about. And then we can then see maybe something that should be encouraged. But then this is my stance. So share with me in the comment section. I'd like to learn from you as well. Until next time, please do take good care of yourself. All right. Bye.